them a bit out enough that they won't hold any serious influential position in Lagos. It is so deep, it cuts so deep. But lately, they are beginning to say they've had enough. They want a Lagosian to be the governor of Lagos. I think that's what they were talking about in one of their online spaces, right? When they are not talking about the Igbos, they are not talking about, other people that they consider as their enemies. So Wahala started. This is a long listen. It's chaotic. And I wanted to sit back and just listen to these exchanges between these Ronukus last night, to the point that they are promising to beat themselves up. And, oh no, I think you should listen, because I don't think I can say it all. It's a long listen, okay? I'll come back and ask, what do you think? The Ronukus, ladies and gentlemen.
Indigenous, or even Undo, that wants to stay in Lagos, be a councillor in Lagos, can be so. If they want to be Speaker of the House of Assembly of Lagos, they can be so. If they want to be governor, deputy governor, they can be that. Why? Because we in numbers, and so shall it remain forever and ever. Because Awolowo himself fought to ensure that Lagos remained part of the Western region's sphere. So we are going to carry on the great works of Chief Obafemi Awolowo. No Yoruba person can threaten another Yoruba person. You have your rights, and I respect your rights as someone who calls him or herself Lagosian. Yes, I do. That is why Yoruba people defend each other around the world, whether it's in Cuba, whether it's in Brazil, Trinidad and Tobago, whether it is in Nigeria, in Sokoto, in Bono, in Boko, in wherever it is, we come together, we defend each other. Why? Because we want to maintain that brotherly Omoluabi culture within our Yoruba culture and traditional system. So that is why I say to you, stop saying Yoruba people should go back to their states. Why? It's not nice. It sounds like extremism as far as I'm concerned. It's not a nice thing to say, telling people to go back to their states. That's not nice. We need to be our brother's keeper. That's what we need to be. And then extend that brotherhood to other Nigerians, and be welcoming to all Nigerians. Because that is the way in which this great nation of ours will thrive, will succeed, and become the best in this world that we live in. And just to land, lastly, Yoruba people in Lagos, you have nothing to fear. Whatever you want to do, you can do. In fact, the idea of Tokunbo Wahab as the next governor of Lagos State, I think he is performing a stellar role within his remit in Lagos. I think he could be a good governor. Honestly, a very, very good governor. He has good policies. He's the kind of person that can implement foundational policies that will see Lagos go from where it is today to become the Dubai of this century. So I think, for me, the likes of Tokunbo Wahab, let's support them to be governor of Lagos. And, my Yoruba people, you have nothing to fear. Okay? Nothing to fear. Respect the opinions of those who say otherwise. But just know that you have the voting numbers and there's nothing anyone can do about it. But let's be welcoming to all Nigerians as well, as we always have been. But let's make sure that Lagos, Osun, Ogun, Kwara, Kogi, Borno, all states benefit from what we call the Lagos template. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, the preachers of lovers of South-Westerners. But Igbos must go out of Lagos. You are not from Lagos. You are telling Igbos to go out of Lagos. But Lagosians don't have a right to tell you, go back to your state. No wahala. No wahala. We go see the end. DMS, are you there?
Mazi, you saw what this Nolu did there. He made one statement, and I'm very pissed with that statement. He said other Yorubas can come from another state to be governor in Lagos State. Like, we don't have Lagos Indigenous. And we don't level, like, what is going on? And you people will be complaining about some people have expansionist idea. What type of idea do you have? You will carry your people from another state, you come to Lagos State, rule over the Lagosians over there. And the Lagosians over there, they are saying, we want indigenous to rule our land. But people like Citizen Olu, they are against it. Why? Why must it be Lagos? Why can't the other Yorubas, the indigenous in Lagos, rule their own land? What is your problem with that? You are also a terrorist and expansionist. You people have a big problem. You and the likes of Otuba, you people need to be thrown to the gulag.
DMS, please, stop. This comment is not good. Stop. Thank you, DMS.
Mazi also tell them to stop. They should stop this expansionist behavior. We have Lagosians, indigenous of Lagos. We have them. They can also be the governor of their state. They are educated. They have everything all that Yorubas have. They should stop this expansionist idea. If they don't stop, we won't stop also.
Okay, let's have additional. I think Bishop is here.
Well, I know talk to me and me. I just observe for now to talk later.
Okay. Let's I think Otumba have a response.
Can I respond to what he said? Because he called my name. Let me respond in 1 minute, please. Yeah, thank you so much. You see, when people speak like this, because there's something, that a great sage once said, people sometimes speak out of ignorance for lack of knowledge. We must first of all look at the voting demographic in Lagos. Anybody can go out there, form a party.
With 10K, I will fix your life. This idiot when they talk anyhow. You think you just
God will punish your father. God will punish your father. You when they watch plate, as you follow us talk, they watch plate. You say we know here to the watch plate. Now that place you go watch that wherever you are.
Watch plate. What's your father? Your father the
boy and yala ya ma foku. O ma fobo kuni. We Otumba. O ma fobo kuni. But the system you don't understand. Talk the water and place they sound underground where now that place you go watch die wherever you are. Because they tell Mazi say you want to teach Mazi how to make money. You want to teach Mazi how to watch place. Mazi don't listen to this bastard. He also want to teach you how to watch place.
There are a lot of nuisance on Twitter. Just like last guy that just spoke, there's a big nuisance. Just let me teach you how to make money. Let me teach you how to make money. Mazi, he wants to teach you how to watch place. He wants to teach you how to watch play. This way, conversation I'll leave here. Because all these kind of small boys now, when they talk online, say watch. If I ask them, I make it start proof now. They could start.
God, your papa. But you don't want to.
I don't meet your page.
Papa, you're older than me. You are an old fool.
You know what the energy. I like when
I'll be at your age, I will not be on Twitter space. You are a bastard, Otuba. By the time I will be at your age, I will not be on Twitter space defending Igbo. You are a bastard and a terrorist.
You are a small frog.
You are a bastard and a terrorist. Boy, you are a Australia, go back to Dubai, anywhere, Abono, Woman, you are not looking for me. You are looking
for. Like I said, Mazi, is your space open for dragging? If that's what we can resort to violence. If you're here to have conversation, that's why I came here because of Adeshino. You understand? I came here because of Adeshino that was trying to push a negative agenda, which is not different from the person that is pushing, and that's why I'm here.
See how you are crying. See how you are crying.
So this is why I'm here.
Crying.
You know you're not here to say anything about
so you can shed tears like this.
All these ones.
Leave.
You understand? Mazi, are you there?
Terrorist sympathizer.
Mazi, are you there?
Terrorist sympathizer. Terrorist in Ibobo United. Terrorist.
Do not allow Abi to land. Okay, Abi, go enter work. Let's give Citizen Olu, because he has not said anything on this space, and JT. Let Citizen Olu speak. Then we'll still come back so that you guys will cool temper. Let Citizen Olu speak. Citizen, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Mazi, before Citizen Olu go, Mazi, anybody that says shit about Lagosian on this I will unmute and interrupt. They should focus on the topic. Focus on the topic.
No, you will not. No, you will not interrupt. You allow the person to land. Then you have a time to report. If you interrupt, the space will not flow. You allow the person to land. Then you will respond. That is the reason why you are on the speaker session. So if you are interrupting, nobody will listen to you.
Okay.
So thank you. Citizen, go ahead.
There is more, but I'm not going to make this our evening about them. The Ronukus, they were fighting themselves because the Ronukus are mostly not from Lagos. Those ones that have been preaching hatred against the Igbos, majority of them are not from Lagos. And they are entitled because TINUBU has made that happen, where people from Kwara, from Oshun, from this have been holding different political posts as appointed to them by TINUBU. So because of this, they believe that Lagos Lagos belongs to all Yorubas, which is an idea that, yeah, somehow it's all right. But what about that Yoruba land? Can people from Lagos go and become governor in Ogun State? Can anybody from Lagos go and become a governor in Kwara, Oshun, Ekiti, Omo-Isaleko, or somebody from Oshodi or from Shomolu, like proper Lagosian? We'd say no get any relative there, or just that, is a Yoruba man. The answer is no. But they have silenced them for so long, right? That a lot of them are beginning to rise now and say, even some of these Igbos, right, and non-Yorubas, they are more Lagosians than most of you, these guys who are from this Ekiti, Oshun, and this and that, because you are a Yoruba, okay? And then you call the real Lagosians pretty much like, they're like inconsequential. So now the waiting cause fight between them with that. So somebody that is claiming to be Otumba, maybe he's from Ekiti, or he's a prominent Ronuku on social media, on Twitter, everywhere. Somebody from Lagos is now saying that, why don't you go back to your state and go and be talking about your state, instead of using this Yoruba, that, in such a way that we all know that nobody say you this because you love Yoruba, you don't. It's because of TINUBU. So it's quite interesting though. And yeah, like somebody, like people will say on this platform, people are waking up, asking questions, and it will be TINUBU, the last of his kind in Yoruba land, where everybody will begin to understand that TINUBU does not represent us. He represents himself and those who wanted to see if they can benefit from his criminal enterprise. And then they would rather throw the entire Yoruba into the pit, just to kind of satisfy the what do you call it? The greed of one man. So it's coming up. When I see them fight again, I'll bring that here again, okay? Remember this.
If you decide to vote, if Tinubu wins, all of you are going to join. That is God has spoken. Just let it go live. Let it go live has spoken. Just we have said it. Let me say in English so that they won't understand. Okay, sir.
If Nigerians vote for APC, we sink. We will in poverty. And the economy will be in shambles. If the government of APC continues, Nigeria will suffer extraordinary. I'm not in support of anybody. As a matter of fact, I don't vote. And I will never vote. I am telling you that we have never seen Archie before. Then this is when we now experience
more hardship.
Kódà àṣẹ wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ìnira ni.
We will be sick, the economy will be sick.
Kódà àṣà rẹ̀ ọjọ́ ajé wa náà yóò ṣojú.
It is easy to predict. You don't even have to be a pastor or anything. You just need to be an honest person who can be very honest to himself and then to others. Look at the antecedents of TINUBU. Look at those around him. Check his history, not the propaganda. And then you have your answer, your prediction. Now that man, even though he has tried to predict other things that didn't happen, but you see this particular one, is spot on, and he's not the only person that predicted this. A lady went out for a shop, and she was surprised that this is what people are now buying. Do you remember this? Mugari, Jepomo, Orieja, and all that stuff. Remember this?
In the time of poverty like this, the economic principle of Yusuf is what everybody should apply in his own lives. Eat little, save more. You don't know what.
You remember? I think some people have taken that literally right now. This lady went out to buy fish. Orieja, Jepomo, Orieja. God damn it, man.
It is well. So yeah, people are sharing head of Titus fish. Titus fish head. And the carton is 18,000 at the cold room. The cold room. So this is my first time of seeing it. I just discovered this. I've never seen it before. I didn't know they usually sell head of Titus fish. And people are really buying. Because that's like the cheapest now. Cheapest. I wanted to buy, see the prices of different fishes they have. I wanted to buy Titus fish. I wanted to buy Titus fish. My children, they really like, they like Titus fish a whole lot. So I wanted to buy Titus fish as usual. And then chicken, that was my plan. Then panla for fry, just to fry some at home. I could not. I just bought Titus because though this one was too much. I bought Titus. This is for 10,500 for just 6 pieces from a scale because I didn't get any.
Head of fish, Orieja. I remember one of my schoolmates back then. We used to call him a head of fish. You know, whenever we went to the canteen and they were asking what he wanted, they would say head of fish, head of fish. So we started calling him head of fish. I don't think if we have to roll things back now, any child can just go to the canteen and say he wants the head of fish. When they now cut off head and they have carton of fish that was supposed to be carton for fish, right? It's now just head, cut off head in a carton, 18,000 naira. So people are sharing that to buy. If number well done, oh, you do well, oh, as they say. I want to listen to that guy just a bit, okay?
In the time of poverty like this, the economic principle of Yusuf is what everybody should apply in his own lives. Eat little, save more. You don't know what is happening. Kese la nri lowo, makasakasa timbo. $1 was just 800 naira or thereabout a couple of months ago. Now $1 is over 1,000 naira. How much will it go? Nobody knows. Tori to nse falafulu. Ogba salary kilawa. Igberaga week. Bera resanle like. Eat little and save more. Aye ta nje chicken kola wa yi ma. Aye shawarma ko ma. Aye ice cream ko. Mugari. Jekpon ma. Gbagbe ta doctor sọ pé kò ní nutritional value. Kí ló fẹ́ nutritional value pẹ̀lú kini?
Nutritional value. Nutritional value. Mugari, Jep Mama. Do you know how much is the bag of beans now? That's a 50 kg bag of beans. 340,000 naira. Yeah, you heard me right. 340,000 naira. Bag of beans. Jesus alone about. So if we even want to say, okay, let us change the side of our great grandma, if we want to do, so she's been sleeping like this for almost 10 years. Almost 15 years now. So if we decided that we want to change our size, okay, you have been sleeping on this side for 15 years, so we'll change your side to this side. We decided to go and buy bag of beans. I be said to even change the side of mama right now, we're going to need like about 700,000 naira. Probably 1 million naira to fry akara. Buy ororo, buy this. Manage. What about Fatai, my grandfather? What about my mom? What about my dad? If I decide I want to kind of change their direction of how they have been sleeping, or this, is it not better to probably pray that may they continue to rest in peace like that? Because that's what the situation has become now. And there's nothing like let's anywhere anymore. Hi. Okay. We'll come back to that. Right? I saw where Shitty Man. I saw him in Sweden. Okay. The first thing I saw was where when he was going to visit the Crown Prince of Sweden, Prince Adebayo. I don't know where your Crown Prince lives, right? But Shitty Man is in your city, and they saw him this morning. Yeah, the audio is off. And I remember when I was growing up, yeah, then my mom was still alive, my granddad was still alive, and there are so many people that were still alive then, okay? I was not so little boy, but I wasn't a grown-up person per se. So I'll be hearing the adults talking about how their dead, their dead father or mother or uncle visited them in Lagos. They say, Muri Baba Loke, sorry, Muri Baba Kupa. I saw Baba Kupa last week. And he said, all of you have forgotten me. All of you have forgotten me. Where did you all forget me? Meanwhile, Baba Kupa has been dead for maybe about 20 years. So they will now come to, me, I grew up in Odogbolu. So they will now come to Odogbolu from Lagos in all their cars. And in the cars, you will see that they will come down with a ram. They will come down with all this kind of food stuff like that. And they say, we want to do remembrance here. Because Baba Kupa appeared to somebody in a dream. And he was complaining that his children have abandoned him. They just let him there and all of that. So they will now come to Odogbolu, right? And that weekend, we will have many parties. Here you get like party every Saturday. they will try to visit somebody somewhere. Don't be like, say, even our ancestors right now, to get the energy to visit anybody. Talk less of convincing anybody anywhere now that, even people who come from abroad. I've had my uncles, my aunties, they will come back from abroad. They will say they are so appear to them that they should come and remember them. So we just, well, at least we'll have party. I don't think that still happens in Odogbolu right now. Especially those of you watching me from Odogbolu. Do people still come back home to do remembrance every Saturday? Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Killing rams, cows, and all of that stuff. I know some of you watching me right now will be like, what are you talking about? Leave me alone. I'm talking to people who knows how we grew up. I grew up that way, where, somebody will just appear in your dream. Somebody who is dead for like about 15 years, 20 years, 30. Some even dead before they born you. I will say,